Alright, we have quite a bit of fuel on board because our flight today will be a little bit longer than usual. Anyways, let's try to take off from this beach. Drop out some flaps. I'm gonna drop it out all the way so it generates the most lift. This is really not looking good, is it? Parking brake is set. Let's spool up the engine. Engine is at full power. Disengage parking brake. 130 knots. Rotate. Oh yes, just missed it. Gear up. Alright, let's cheat a little bit. Add a little more fuel. Just fill it all away. This amount of fuel should get us to our destination, which is probably not going to be what you think it's going to be. You might think we're going to go east into Belgium, or directly south into Paris, but you see I'm trying to fly around the entire planet. So here's my plan. I'm gonna fly around the entire northern hemisphere, and after I reach eastern Canada, I will fly north up to Greenland, Iceland, and then down to Africa and the Tenerife Islands in the middle and Gibraltar, and then over to South Asia and Australia, New Zealand, the entirety of South America, and then back to London. And that will be the end of the series, but that's gonna be in a couple of years. Anyways, that's my logic. So for today's flight on the magnificent 787, we're gonna head down to Madeira and begin our European journey on this island. And that's why we're carrying quite a bit of fuel on today's flight. Dear passengers, this is your captain speaking. Welcome on board this, whatever flight this is, from a beach to Madeira Airport in Portugal. As we're climbing, you are required to stay seated and buckled up, if you paid for a seatbelt. Beverages will not be served until we reach the destination, where you can buy them, due to the fact that there were no ground services at our departure airport. The baggage on the bottom may be imbalanced. The cabin crew will advise all passengers to move one seat to the left after we reach 10,000 feet. For the passengers sitting on the leftmost seat, you will be required to stand as we fly. Thank you for choosing to join us on this fictional flight. I'm sure you're glad this is one, and I hope to see you all again. Alright, we just passed 10,000 feet. Start the time lapse.
150, 40, 30, 20, 10, 10, 150, 40, 30, 20, 10, 10, 150, 40, 30, 20, 10, 10, 150, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Hope you have enjoyed that time lapse, and we're already at the island of Madeira. And let's come in for a landing, which means it's time for a captain speaking. Good afternoon, dear passengers. I'm sure you hate to hear my voice again, but we will soon arrive at Madeira Airport. Please fasten your seatbelt if you have one, put on your life jackets and inflate when advised. Please do not enter the lavatory during the descent. Forgot we don't have one. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your flight. And by the way, I am not your captain. He has just died of cringe. Good luck. Alright, we can see the airport in front of us. And let's come in for a landing. If you know Madeira, you know that it's a very windy airport. It's not looking too windy right now, which is looking good. I don't see any winds kicking in, which is good. You know that the largest airplane that can land in Madeira in real life, it's like a 757, and we're on a 787. God. Center line. Let's try this. Okay, we just landed. Reverse thrust to full, and hopefully this will stop us. Wait. This is Madeira, not Gibraltar. Why are there cars crossing? Interesting. Anyways, now that we've landed, let's talk about the history. Now, the airport of Madeira opened in July of 1964 with a runway of 5,200 feet or 1,600 meters. First flight to land there was a TAP Air Portugal around 80-seater Lockheed Constellation. In 1972, the popularity of visiting Madeira increased. The runway was extended to allow larger modern airliners to land at the airport, and it's also safer. The airport runway was again extended in the year 2000 to 9,124 feet or 2,781 meters. The airport runway extension is held by pillars under the runway, with a pretty cool area beneath it. It is essentially a really strong bridge. The runway extension in 2000 was actually due to a couple incidents that happened since 1970. In fact, all the recorded accidents and incidents at the airport took place after the 1972 runway extension, which is cool to know, I guess. Meanwhile, we have taxied back to the runway, and we're gonna head to our final destination of today's video, which is Lisbon. And let's take off. 100 knots. 120. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Here we are at Lisbon, and welcome to the official start of our adventure in mainland Europe.